In November of 2020, I signed up to compete and race in the Ironman race. In 2021 of May, I completed that race. It was a 140.6 mile race involving 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike ride, followed by a 26.2 run, which is a marathon. That race took me 12 hours and 34 minutes to complete. I am now signing up for one of the biggest races of my life. Far outweighs the Ironman. Yes, I've signed up for the Muggy Young Monster 100. But you know what? Let's take this back. How did I come to this point where I'm signing up for my first ever ultra marathon, and not only an ultra marathon, but one of the hardest and most difficult in North America? See, it started after I graduated high school, okay? In 2019, when I graduated, I was a football player. To most people, I was a pretty good athlete. And with that, I had a few offers to a few schools. Just really understood that Division I college was not for me. Playing football in any sort of league is difficult, but the more you move up, the harder and harder it gets to stay active. One, being injury prone. I had multiple injuries in high school that prevented me from playing a certain amount of time. I knew that that could be a risk, as well as having depth chart issues. Being lower on the totem pole just means that someone else could come in and take your spot. With that being said, I ended up going to San Diego State and didn't pursue football, didn't pursue being an athlete. Instead, I pursued fun. I pursued just going out and living my life and enjoying it. And after a few months of doing that, I realized that that wasn't for me. I realized that living the life and enjoying it is not what I'm supposed to do. It's not what I think any human are supposed to do. I think we're supposed to endure difficult things, and with that, I pursued fitness. I engulfed my life into fitness and training, working hard in the gym, which I hadn't previously because I wanted to be good on the football field. However, I then understood and realized that the football field was gone, so I just needed to be good for myself and pursue my own self-interest in being the best version of myself. So I took on the gym. I then understood and realized what it took to better myself in and out of the gym. And then the illness took over. Yes, and this was about 2020 when I realized that my life was going to be changed forever, just like everyone else on the whole entire world, on the whole globe. And with that, I understood that my time in the gym is going to have to shift to a time outdoors. And so I started running outdoors and pursuing something outside of the strength building and outside of the physique look, but more of just a getaway from my mind, from my mental health. And so while pursuing that, I then started to push the boundaries, and 1 mile turned into 2 miles turned into 4. All of a sudden, 4 miles turned into 8. And as I was running, I continued to get better and faster. And so after a few months of doing that, decided to sign up for the Ironman. And this was my first ever marathon that I was going to run. I then went out, purchased a bike, and I trained 8 months for this Ironman. And during that training, I went through some difficulties, some hardships, and understood not necessarily what it took to be an Ironman, but understood the difficulty that you endure when you put yourself in hard situations. When you put yourself in difficult aspects of your life, the other aspects of your life become easier. And so I seeked out this. I really wanted to discover how far I could push my limits. Being an Ironman, training 8 months for that, and accomplishing my goal, I was fulfilled. I went and did the thing that I signed up to do that was far from my reach, but I accomplished it. Then I didn't necessarily have anything to work for. So I started taking on social media, and I started expanding what was my wealth and growing my coaching business that I had. And with that, I enjoyed every second of it. But I still never found that pursuit of discipline, pursuit of hardship with my own self. I put that on the back burner. And after completing the Ironman, it was difficult, and I still continued to train, still continued to work hard in the gym. But a few things popped up where I might push myself a bit, but it wasn't that hard 8 grueling months of training like the Ironman was. And so I pushed more into social media and building this YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. But guys, really and truly, this difficulty that I pushed myself through in those 8 months of training was far, far greater than anything that I've ever done in my life. It was my biggest accomplishment, and I want to do more. As a former athlete, I want to push the boundaries. I want to continue to grow, and I want to continue to be an athlete. So, guys, today I decided to pursue that. Today, I decided to sign up and announce my running for my first ever ultra marathon. But this isn't just any old ultra marathon. No, this is the Muggy Young Monster 100. And you see the difference between this race and other ultra marathons is that an ultra marathon can be anything over a marathon. So 26.2 miles, anything above that is considered ultra marathon. I could sign up for a smaller race and I could likely complete that. But would I be pushing those boundaries? Would I be pushing things that I did in the past? Once again, the Ironman is 140 miles. Granted, you're on a bike majority of the time. You only run a marathon, but 50 miles didn't seem like enough. In fact, for the Muggy and Monster 100, you have to qualify for it. And with that, I have to run a 50-mile race, 50-mile ultra race. And so I'm actually running that in August. So I have a couple months to get ready for that. And the Muggy and Monster 100 is going to be September 9th. Guys, once again, this is going to be one of the most difficult things that I've ever done in my life. But I think for most people, they can say 100 miles going at elevation from 0 to 14,000 feet probably be pretty difficult. But that's the thing, is I want to push myself. I want to consider myself an athlete again. Because in the past, as a former athlete, I love that feeling. I love pushing the boundaries and the things that maybe others don't seem achievable. And in this journey, I want to document with you guys. And so after signing up a few days ago and announcing it today, I've already started my training. So here's just a little bit of that for you guys. All right, guys, it is officially day number 1. Training for my first ultra marathon. This is the first ever one actually to qualify for this. I have to run 2. So I've signed up for the 50-miler in New Mexico and then doing the 100-mile in Arizona. It's gonna be a trip, so I have training planned up. It is officially 67 days from my first 50-miler and then another 30 days on top of that to get to September 9th, which is the day. What is it? June to July, July to August, August, September. 3 months. I have 3 months to get in shape for 100 miles, and I'm decently already in shape, but I know it's not gonna be easy. Okay, altitude is one thing, my gear preparation, things that I need to add on to that is another, and it's going to be a difficult task, to say the least. I'm ready for it. You need to put yourself through hardship, do the hard things even when you don't want to, then you're gonna be able to go out and do the easy things far easier than before. So I'm in for it, I'm in for the challenge. I'm happy to take you guys along. This is gonna be definitely a couple crazy few months, but I'm excited for it. I've completed my Ironman already. Now just excited to see where else we can go from here. Gonna be documenting it with all you guys. Once again, this is day 1 of the training. Let's go. All right, guys, that was workout number 1 of the ultra marathon training. All right, this is literally day 1. Went ahead and did an hour total, so wasn't going for distance, wasn't doing a certain distance. I just want to see what I could get in 1 hour. Did RPE, so rate per exertion, or rate of exertion. That was about a 2 to 3. Okay, so it wasn't completely exerting myself to a point where it was like a sprint. Obviously, just able enough to breathe through my nose. Was able to run pretty decent. Ended up getting 7 miles and a quarter, so 7.25, which obviously needs to improve. We're going an hour. I'm shooting for this whole entire race. I'm shooting under 30. So for that 100-miler, I want to get under 30 hours. So with that, gonna have to be up in the pace a bit, but this is the first day, so we're gonna move into the next one. We'll keep you updated throughout the whole entire thing, but so far pretty happy with it. So there you have it. Obviously, guys, I'm gonna be keeping you updated on the progress that I have on a day-to-day basis and the training that I'm partaking in, but really and truly, I just hope to inspire you. I hope to give you that information, that knowledge that you can then take in and use in your own, that you can do for yourself. Go out and pursue the things that you may not think are achievable. And with that, it may be a different path, maybe a different direction, but really and truly, I think all of us just want to be athletes. And so I've created a mastermind, a program that basically allows you to become that athlete, to go out and achieve the hard things that you may not think are achievable. And I've linked that down below. So guys, if you're inspired by this, if you're inspired by the training, the programs that we're doing on a day-to-day basis here in lead up to that ultra marathon, go ahead and check that link out and see if it's something for you. Because really and truly, I think all of us need to push ourselves a little bit further than we did last time. And I mean, heck, who doesn't want to look, feel, and perform like an athlete? I know I do. And that's why I've taken on this challenge. So with that, just wish me luck, okay? Because I know I'm gonna need it, and I'm gonna be keeping you updated as well. Just understand you can unlock freedom through grit, discipline, and authenticity. See you guys in the next one.